Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful Lake Akim, teaching and preaching this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Nizak Yawasop. Today's lesson is entitled Health in the Good State of Body are above all gold, and Lord willing, you be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which are the true names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son in the Paleo Hebrew. And as always, the sit downs, the lessons, the street speaking is for the remnant, the elect, the Israel of the Most High, to you as the gospel preached. And as of late, I've been hearing brothers speak on health and wellness. I heard Elder Apostle Gabar speak about, living a simple life. You know what I'm saying? And having your program, of course, centered around teaching and preaching this truth and offering your body as a living sacrifice, but also keeping your program simple as far as what you eat, the type of woman you allow to be around you, and the type of interests you have. All right. And a part of us putting on a new man is coming out of the ways of Babylon. All right. The diet, the type of stuff we allow to enter into our mind. All right. And I mean, I know brothers listen to different music, but you put on a new man, you start exploring other things that can, build up the inward man as you continue to serve the Lord. And I just want to, push that vibration as well. I heard Elder Yashawama speak on health and wellness, as well as the Elder Zahab out of Mississippi. He was speaking about don't let this world Homer Simpson you. And when you look at the Simpsons, pretty much Homer Simpson was a wage slave. He was just pretty much going to work, coming home, and then, he's just overweight. And, of course, you being overweight, that leads to other health conditions. So if the Lord is building up the house of David, we're supposed to be the tower of the flock. Lord willing, we are part of that number and we enduring to the end. But if the Lord is building up his men, all right, you want to, of course, put the truth in the forefront, teaching and preaching, but also, start, exercising, moving around, change your diet up, eat better. And I'm telling you, it'll benefit you mentally. All right. You get more clarity. You sleep better. You're not, getting sick as often, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and push that vibration through the spirit, Lord willing. This would be edifying. So we're gonna start off in Ecclesiastes chapter, the 30th chapter. And the 14th verse, it says, better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution. Constitution just simply goes into your morals and your integrity. Or it's better to be poor and have a good conscience towards, you know, you having integrity. Okay. Just like we read about Job, he was an upright man, one that escheweth evil. So it's better to be in a lower state and having integrity and morals. All right. Than the rich man that is afflicted in his body. So rich man, you out here chasing a bag, you running it up. Every time you look up, you trying to get OT, which we know this system is crumbling. All right. Inflation is kicking everybody ass. So you got to do what you got to do to, keep the bills paid. But then that kind of goes back to the simple, your simple life. Scriptures speak about us having bread, water, which is basic food. You know what I'm saying? Get you your fruits, your vegetables. You have your protein. All right, your water. You don't have to have steak and potatoes and the salmon on the side with the asparagus. Every night. Have your basic diet. Eat once or twice a day. You know, but what is it? Bread, water, raiment. All right, now raiment. Of course, you want to buy clothes if you can, but also making sure you cleaning your clothes, having the means to go and wash your clothes and making sure they clean. And then the house to cover your shame. A place to lay your head at. Those things you want to be there with content. Let me actually get that. These things be content. KJV. It's in the Apocrypha as well. Let me see. Let me do this. place to cover your shame. Okay. So it's actually in the chapter before. Let me do this right quick. Yeah, just being cool with the basic necessities, man. Scripture say we'll be poor. And once again, poor isn't a nigga in the front and a nigga in front of 7-Eleven begging for change and eating food out of the trash can. Scriptures call that forsaken. Poor just means you got, what you need according to get by for the day. Ecclesiastes 29 verse 20, help thy neighbor, brother that's laboring with you in the truth, according to thy power, according to your ability, and beware that thou thyself fall not into the same. So you want to take heed, right? It says the chief thing for life is water and bread, basic food, and clothing in a house to cover your shame. All right. Now, of course, it's not saying that, just constantly being out there buying clothes and all that. If you got to buy clothes, you buy clothes. But, making sure your clothes are clean, going to the wash house, having your lawn, your detergent, your bleach, whatever, to keep your clothes that you do have, you want to keep them up. It says in the house to cover your shame. That's, hey, simple life, basic life, food, clothes, and a place to live. All right. A lot of people in Babylon is bugging out right now because the lifestyle that they've been accustomed to, is changing. And now they have to go into this state, only having food, the little stuff that they got, they hold on to it, and then just a place to cover their shame, a place where you lay your head at. It says, better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage. Cottage is just a basic house. All right. So it's saying better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than the delicate fare in another man's house. So whether you living with somebody and they got their house, they got a big house upstairs, downstairs, the pool in the back and all this stuff, it's better than, just making ends meet and you in a basic little apartment somewhere than you living with somebody in another man's house that got it going on. It says, be it little or much, hold thee content that thou hear not the reproach of thy house. All right. So you want to be content with whatever you have. All right. But the point is, the chief thing is these basic necessities. You want to get in that mindset. Like I was saying, people in Babylon the Great, which is America, is bugging out because they can't go out to do the happy hour no more. They're not at Nike buying the new shoes, and they're not at the mall no more. They're not taking trips. All right. They're not eating at the Mediterranean spot. They're not over here, they're not over there no more. Now they got to be at the house more. So, the scripts already instruct us to already have that mindset. Now, back in Ecclesiastes 30 and 14, it says, better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution. When you go into this word constitution, you may not see it on your screen, but it does pull up a definition. It says a body of fundamental principles or established precedents according to which a state or other organization is acknowledged to be governed. So basically, you hold on to your integrity. It's better to be poor holding on to this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord gave us than a rich man. All right. Here it is. You chasing a bag. You may be a truck driver. You putting down 10 to 16 hours a day. You just constantly on the road and you're afflicted in the body. All right, you're overweight, you're depressed, you bitter, you constantly on the road. Every time you look up, you're passing by Arby's, passing by McDonald's, you're getting the food that's quick and easy accessible. You're at the gas station eating that bullshit. And then over time, you get afflicted in your body, start having lower back problems, your face, you're not eating the nutrients and the plants and the fruits. So then your pigment on your skin starts to change. You're getting dark rings around your eyes. You just look stressed. It says in the 15th verse, health and good state of body are above all gold. So having health and good conscience, is better than riches, man. All right, because we know this system is crumbling. We know the system is getting cast down. Scripture speak about neither shall their silver and gold deliver them. All right, which riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. So we want to be in a position where we can continue to put forth that righteousness, and it starts off with having a sound mind. We out there at camp, um, for hours standing up. You don't want to be the brother that's constantly moving, shaking. You got to, take a seat. Now, we all dealing with different lots in the faith, right? It may be a lot to suffer in the body, but still try to exercise and move around more, man. I'm telling you, me myself through the spirit, I damn near dropped 100 pounds, and it made things better. I had at work, the job I had, that shit beat me down, and my spinal cord had these herniated discs. So when I went on workers comp and I was seeing the doctors and all that, they was talking about surgery and, putting all this shit in your spine, in which, I had to play the role through the spirit, you know what I'm saying? But, when they was telling me that and they showing me these x-rays and these CAT scans and all that, I'm like, damn. So, through the spirit, I just really start taking working out and health and wellness serious, all while, having the truth in the forefront. And that reversed a lot of different things. And I'm going to give, through the spirit, I'm going to give you some tips on what you can do to correct a lot of things. All right. So verse 15, health and a good state of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. So the scriptures is instructing us, man. And we know Yahushua come in the volume of the book. Yahushua inspired these men to write these things that we read about in the scripts. Okay. You can't just look at it as, oh, this particular Sirach, the son of Sirach, he wrote these. No, it's Yahushua channeling the spirit of truth through these men, and they wrote these things down. All right. So you got to look at it. You got to look at it. You got to look at this as Yahweh Ba Shem Yahushua is giving you this information. So it's saying health and good state of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. So self-explanatory. You having a good body, a healthy body, is better than chasing a bag. All right. There is no riches above a sound body. It's hey, look at them old decrepit Rothschilds. Here it is. You don't even know how much money. They got so much money, you don't even know how much money they got. And look, they all bent over. Their teeth is yellow. They skin is fucked up. They just have poor health. Look like you could breathe on them and they'll just fall over. All right. But they rich though. It says there is no riches above a sound body. Look, you got the bag, you making $200,000 a year. You got these properties over here, you traveling, you got all this shit going on. You constantly worried about, making money, but then again, you're neglecting your body. You need rest. You need a time where you fast and let all the toxins come out of your body. You need those moments. It says there is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. All right, which your heart goes back to the Hebrew word live, which is your mind, your spirit. All right, and having poor health can weigh down on your spirit, man. All right, it can cause sicknesses and everything. It says death is better than a bitter life or a continual sickness. So you have a continual sickness, whatever you got going on, a fucked up back every time you stand up, for more than 5 or 10 minutes, you got shooting pain, you got sciatica, which is pain that travels from your lower back on all the way down to your leg. You don't want to live like that. Death is better than just constantly, dealing with sickness. All right. Now, I want to go into, I actually want to go into this in Daniel, the first chapter, which they was trying to, get Daniel to eat the king's meat. And Daniel was like, look, nah, for 10 days, we're going to eat pretty much a vegetarian diet. And, we're going to prove ourselves, and we're going to see what's going to be the outcome. Now, in today's time, the king's meat is what? All this goddamn fast food that's readily accessible for you. All right. Now, this the king's meat now. This is the king's meat. This is what Esau has all throughout Babylon the Great that is easy accessible for you to eat. You know, let me pull out a little bit. This is the king's meat. Subway, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Krispy Kreme donuts, Jersey Mike's, Fuddruckers, fucking McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, Wendy's. All these carbs. Now, if you make a burger, if you want a burger, make your own burger. And that's another thing. You got to learn how to cook, man. And Elder Apostle Gabar, he was speaking on that as well. Knowing how to cook, knowing how to go to the grocery store, the produce area, pick you out your tomatoes, your cucumbers, your onions, your romaine lettuce. All right. Why? It's all kind of videos on YouTube, how to chop up, dice and chop up things. The Lord said he loved none but him that dwelleth with wisdom, you know. So, and you put the work in, like I say, faith without works is dead, being alone. You put the work in, you do your research, you figure out how to put a meal together. The Lord will bless it, the Lord will lead you. But you want to stay away from this shit. All this stuff is processed and full of chemicals that will cause you to have all type of ailments. Now, if you do want a burger, go and make your own burger. That's what I did the other day. 'Cause sometimes you need to balance eating all the vegetables and the fruit and all that. So, sometimes you want you a fat, big fat burger, with some fries, some potatoes on the side. So get you some good quality meat, get you some cheese. I like to shred my cheese, all fresh produce, make you your own burger, and then that one burger will sustain you versus you going to McDonald's and you got to eat 2 and 3 burgers and then with the fries and all this other soda on the side. Eliminate soda. All that shit, just empty carbs you putting in your body. That's causing you to be tired and sluggish and lethargic. No energy. You get bitter. You get angry quick. Esau know what he doing with these foods, man. You may be a little bit overly emotional because of the food that you eating. So now we're going to go over here to Daniel Allah. All right. That's how you pronounce his name in the Hebrew. He was of the king's seed. And hey, when a man ways please the Lord, he even maketh his enemies to be at peace with him. Daniel, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, got on a high level amongst them Assyrians during the Babylonian captivity. But this is Daniel 1:8. It says, but Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat. All right. So, hey, eating this Babylon food, it defiles you. All right, which we understand that which have been is that which shall be, and there is no new thing under the sun. We in the virgin daughter of Babylon. Daniel, he was in the Neo-Babylonian Empire, ruled by Nebuchadnezzar and later his son Belshazzar. So it says, but Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat. Let's look up this word defile real quick. Goes back to the Hebrew word Ga'al. That's the Ga, La, Ga'al. Pollute, desecrate. All right. Strain. Eating this shit to put a strain on your body. Soil. You know what I'm saying? You see the words there. Defile. Eating this food to fuck you up, man. How you constipated, can't shit, piss smelling bad, piss brown. All right. It says, nor with the wine which he drank, therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now, the Most High had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. Like I was saying earlier, through the spirit, when a man ways please the Lord, he even maketh his enemies to be at peace with him. So, the Lord can make you have favor and tender love with the heathen. All right. It says, and the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who have appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your face worse liking than the children which are of your sort? You didn't want to see Daniel looking like the other Israelites that was down bad, because we was in captivity. It says, then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. It says, then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. These three men here, you read about them in the Apocrypha, all right, in the book of the three holy children. All right. It says, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us posts to eat and water to drink. So posts is just vegetables, fruits, vegetables. All right. It says, then let our countenance or our faces be looked upon before thee in the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat. And as thou seest, deal with thy servant. So this was a challenge. Hey, look, we're going to eat this food over here, posts and water for 10 days, and then look at everybody else's face that's eating the king's meat. So he consented to them with this. He consented to them in this matter and proved them 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days, their countenance appeared fairer and fatter and flesh than the children which did eat the portions of the king's meat. So what is it saying? You eat this Babylon food, it's going to be a noticeable difference on your outward appearance, on how you look. All right. Versus you eating, fruits and vegetables. You eat fruits and vegetables, you'll have a fairer and fatter in flesh. You're going to look healthy. You're going to look rich. You're going to have an aura. You're going to have a shine. Verse 16, thus Melzar took away the portion of their meat and the wine that they drink and gave them posts. It says, as for these 4 children, which is Daniel, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, the Most High gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. So the Lord was dealing with them. All right. But the point is, you eat the king's meat, you're going to have a drastic change on how you look on the outward. All right. So if you constantly throwing this shit in your mouth, and with balance, scripture speak about balance. Hey, once a week, if you do go to Wingstop and get you the 10-piece, if you do go and get you a pizza, you know what I'm saying? Just know that you got to get right back to your program. Don't overly indulge into that, because we know Esau's playing with this food, man. He putting all kind of shit that's in his food to beta test. He studies the body. He knows that, certain chemicals that's in this food can break down certain things. We don't even know that some of this food can cause our faith to shift, which we know, man's goings is of the Lord, but Esau is wise as Daniel. So he know chemicals to put. And when I do slip up and eat a bag of chips, I automatically notice, soon as I eat like a handful of chips, it's just all of a sudden I just want that. I want more and more and more and more of it. Then you eat one of these meals, soon as you eat it, you still kind of hungry. But when I make my own food, I can eat a meal and be straight, for the whole day. All right. Now, I do want to speak about calisthenics, which I believe personally, that's the workout of the Israelites. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with going into the gym, pumping iron and all that. But calisthenics, that's the strong man workout. You build it with calisthenics, you build your foundation. You do pull-ups, push-ups, chin-ups, squats. All right. If you can throw some muscle-ups in there, do them. Back rolls. All right. Making sure you're stretching and all that. That's going to build you up your foundation. And then once your foundation is built, then you can do the gym stuff with the weights. Because at the gym, a lot of those workouts on those machines and with the weights are isometric workouts, where they just target a specific muscle. But if you don't have a foundation and you trying to just do bicep curls, you're not really going to see the results that you're looking for, because for the biceps, you need back. You need the back muscles. All right, you need shoulders. All these muscles tie into each other. So if you just in there curling, you want big biceps, you're not going to get the big biceps if you're neglecting the back. You're not going to get your core looking like nothing if you're neglecting your legs. All right. And if you're dealing with knee problems, that means you have a weakness in your muscle structure. All right. If you have knee problems, 9 times out of 10, you got poor hamstrings. So start doing squats. If you have lower back problems, then that means your back is weak, or your glutes, your ass muscles is weak. All right. Don't be ashamed to do the little exercises you see the females doing, where they doing those glute exercises. All right. You're not going to get ass like a woman, but you do need to have strong glutes to take that pressure off your lower back. All right. So, you want to work out your back, your hams, your glutes. That's going to take that pressure off your lower back. It's going to eliminate back problems. All right. If you have erectile dysfunction, if you got to wake up and piss several times throughout the night, all right, that means you got a weak core. You got to strengthen up your core and your floor muscle, your pelvic floor muscles. All that shit is weak from just sitting down, not being inactive. You got to strengthen all your core muscles. All right. Not that you want a 6-pack, but you need a strong core to support your body. Once you start strengthening up your core, and this is from personal experience, I was pissing 3-4 times throughout the night, waking up, gotta piss. 11 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night, gotta piss. 12, pissing. 2, pissing. 4 o'clock in the morning, taking a piss. Once I start doing hanging leg raises, start doing these. Hanging leg raises. Do these. Sound like old boy from the internet. Um, do this right here. Go to a bar. And look, calisthenics, you don't need no gym. You don't need no equipment. I mean, if you do resistance bands, that's cool. But get to a bar and start these hanging leg raises. You need all this strong. Okay. Like I said, you ain't trying to be a bodybuilder, but you want to tighten up and strengthen up your core muscles. That's going to have you, when you ready to pop your woman, it's going to have your rod on 10. All right. It's going to have your rod on 10. It's going to eliminate all that frequent urination throughout the day. It was so bad with me, I would be driving. I would have to pull over and take a piss somewhere. I had to piss that bad. And then when I piss, it was only a little bit coming out. So once I started doing these hanging leg raises, a lot of sit-ups, crunches, it eliminated all that, because what happens is, when you have a weak core, all those muscles start hanging. So as you start doing these type of exercises, it'll snatch those muscles back up to your skeleton, and then your skeleton muscles, your bones, all that gets strengthened. And then you will start noticing, wow, you can see your rod more, you know, it looked like it ain't got a couple of inches. You ain't got to worry about pissing all throughout the night, you know, and it'll heal erectile dysfunction if you're dealing with that. All right. But you got to also incorporate, eating vegetables, fruits, water, getting rest. All right. This can also help out with your lower back. All right. Don't get all um bugged out over the medicine and all these quick quick fix things that you see online. A lot of the problems that we have is from diet and us having an inactive lifestyle. All right. And to see results on your core, 4 to 6 weeks of consistency. All right. You start doing that. All right. And then this will fix your posture. You see some men, they bent over as they walk. They got to constantly lean on something. They got to hold on to something, and it's because they have a weak core. So you strengthen that up, you'll notice your posture change. You standing up taller, so on and so forth. All right, because let's get a precept. You want to do good to yourself. This is Ecclesiastes 14. And 11, my son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself and get the Lord his due offering. So take care of yourself, all right? And that's not just putting nice clothes and cologne on, man. Exercise, move around, stretch, all right? We ain't supposed to be looking like we holy. Holy means separate. We ain't supposed to be looking like these niggas out here. We supposed to have a strong body, fit, you know? Because we know it's going to crack off soon. You know, scriptures speak about being pilgrims, so we're going to have to be outside, you know, moving around. So start walking, exercising, being out in nature, go on trails. So it says here, Ecclesiastes 14 and 11, my son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself and give the Lord his due offering. So as you take care of yourself, make sure you pushing the truth. Make sure you got your program. Have you a program, which everything is done through the Spirit, of course. But you know, you want to have you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do my lessons. You know, I'm reading. You know, me personally, I do 2 chapters a day. Well, from Tuesday, what is it? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I make sure on the Sabbath day I'm doing, you know, the same thing. So, you know, 4 days, 3 to 4 days. If the Spirit is on me, you know, make sure I'm giving the Lord his due offering. You know what I'm saying? And on the other side, have you a workout program. You know, like I said, everything is done through the Spirit, but it's okay with having a program. Now, if the program, you know, gets altered, then that's when you go with the Spirit, you know, because certain things happen. It says, remember that death will not be long in coming, and that the covenant of the grave is not shown unto thee. Because which we're looking to get delivered in these times. But, you know, hey, you know, remember that death will not be long in coming. So, you know, death is a part of life. But like I said, we looking to get delivered out of Babylon. Verse 13, do good unto thy friend before thou die, and according to thy ability, stretch out thy hand and give to him. So you want to be charitable. All right. Because, hey, the scripts weed out degeneracy, black culture, nigga thoughts. All right. It says, defraud not thyself of a good day, and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. So if you're able to, you know, do good to yourself, take yourself somewhere, go to the movies, go sit down at a restaurant, eat you something, you know, if you're able to do it, do it. You know, you can't just be sitting in the house, you know, watching videos, waiting for the end to come. You know, you got to make sure you having mental health breaks and you out and you letting your mind see different things. All right. But the point is, do good to thyself. Where were we at? 11, my son, according to thy ability. Now, every brother ability is different. And don't measure yourself by the next man. All right. You in your own lane. You got your own lot that the Lord blessed you with. What works out for the next man may not work out for you. So that's when you got to incorporate prayer and ask the Lord to lead you and guide you on your fitness journey. All right. So according to your ability, all right, you may not be able to do squats. Once again, calisthenics, I believe that's a workout for the Israelites, you know, because all that in the gym, 3 sets of 10, that's generic Edomite shit. You know, our bodies, like I say in Genesis, is stronger than these Edomites. We ain't got to eat all this protein. You get to watching some of these fitness content creators. They saying you got to eat all this goddamn protein and all this shit every day. The scriptures tell us temperance and balance. All right. Not eating a whole bunch of meats. You know, you eat once a day, have you a snack once, maybe twice a day. And all throughout the day, you snacking on apples. And once you change your diet up and you start eating vegetables and more cleaner, fruits will start tasting better to you. And then when you do eat chips, you like, man, I can't eat this shit. When you do pick up some damn lemonade or something, you know, if it's not natural lemonade that you make yourself with the lemons, if you pick up some Minute Maid, you drink that shit, you like, I can't drink this shit. You know, but once you start incorporating eating fruits and vegetables, strawberries will start tasting phenomenal to you. Black cherries. Sweet cherries start tasting good. Oranges, apples, pears, all that stuff will start tasting very, very good to you. So, but calisthenics is a form of exercise that uses a person's body weight and requires little to no equipment. How are you trying to get into the gym picking up weights and you haven't even mastered your own body weight? Right? So, just look up calisthenic exercises. Like I said, push-ups, pull-ups, chin-ups, dips, squats. All right. Time under tension, just getting in certain positions and holding it. You're gonna see drastic changes in the body. You gotta break down the body so it can heal up and grow and you can start seeing what you want to see. All right. And work out your whole body, starting with your back. Big back muscles will have big front muscle. You want big pecs, you want big chest, you got to work out your back. Upper back, middle back, lower back. All right. That's going to get you what you want in the front. Don't ignore the muscles that you don't see. Right. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm gonna I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone and taught us his truth. Stay watching, Akim. Stay strong. Shalom.